Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Joe. Come and be his guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
Here's our lady M.D. She's as pretty as can be at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Leaving us?
Afraid so. Pretty well covered this territory.
Well, we hope you enjoyed your stay. And be sure and come back again.
I sure will.
Well, Uncle Joe will check you out. Just ring the bell.
Oh, ring a bell. Right. Bring me a four-legged pot roast. He wasn't ringing for you. Got a right herd on him. Half the time a little squirt thinks he's human. Sometimes he almost is. Oh, I'd like to pay the bill. Okay. I'll just check the files here. See, you're Mr. Buell in 7. Why, there's only one card. Sorry. Oh, yeah, here we are. Mr. Ike Buell. Any charges this morning? Phone calls, room service? There is no phone, and you don't give room service. As a matter of fact, I left my shoes out to be shined, and the only thing that happened was the dog licked them. Oh, you had valet service? However, there'll be no charge for it. Now, let's see. You were here 2 nights. You had 6 meals? That's right. Mm-hmm. That'll be 20, 20, 40, 10... Another 20.
Well, wait a minute.
Exactly. 20, 15, and another 10.
Why, I was only here 2 days.
That comes to a grand total of, $6. $6. Yeah, but don't forget, you weren't just in ordinary old room 7. That was a Millard P. Bradley Memorial Suite.
Oh, the Millard P. Bradley Memorial Suite.
Right.
Oh, all right. And $6, sir. Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, and do come again.
Are you kidding? At these prices, I may move in permanently.
These city guys think they can come out here and take Joe Carson. They got another thing coming.
Oh, they sure have. The Millard P. Bradley Memorial Suite. Who was he?
Old Millard, he was the founder of the Shady Rest, the girl's great-great-grandfather.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he's a big man around here. You've seen a plaque up in room 7 dedicated to him, haven't you?
No, I don't believe I have.
Yeah, well, it's right over the bathroom door, and... No, we had to stick it under your bedpost when the floor sagged. Anyway, it says, in memory of Millard P. Bradley, Shady Rest founder and empire builder.
Empire builder?
He was also the power behind the building of the Cannonball, the iron link that connected Hooterville and Pixley.
Oh, that's very interesting. When did that happen?
Well, let's see. This is 19. That had to be 18. Holy cow. That's exactly 75 years ago.
Well, then this is an anniversary year.
I'll say it is. I got to get this to Sam Drucker right away.
Right away? Is it really that important? I guess it is.
Where's the fire?
Well, this is big. Do you realize it was just 75 years ago they completed the tracks between Hooterville and Pixley?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, well, it's true. I can't talk now. I got to get into Sam Drucker's and alert him to put out an extra. Oh, this is big.
Yeah, that ought to top the 3-foot icicle on Ben Miller's barn.
what day this is?
Saturday.
Right. Now, guess what? It'll be exactly 1 week from today.
Another Saturday.
Wrong.
They changed?
I mean, it's not just another Saturday. It's a very special Saturday. A momentous anniversary.
No kidding.
Now, come on, Sam. Guess what we celebrate? Something that happened in the past. Something very big.
Oh, Joe, you remembered.
Remembered what?
4 years ago, I got my new meat grinder.
No. Guess again. Come on, Sam, guess. Oh, you'll never guess.
Well, then tell me.
Guess.
Now, Joe.
All right. Sam, it was just 75 years ago that the railroad tracks joining Pixley and Hooterville was completed.
Oh, that can't be.
I'm telling you it is.
Joe, as editor of the local paper, I'd be aware of such an important date.
And how come you aren't?
Well, Oh, look, there's no use arguing about it. I'll go look it up in the morgue.
Morgue?
That's newspaper talk.
In your case, it fits. All that dead news you turn out. Just admiring them donut fellas. How they make them surround. The hole always exactly in the center. Takes quite a knack. Beautiful job.
Yeah, it's so beautiful it'd be a shame to eat it. Here we are. I got every issue of The Guardian that was ever put out. Well, all except 1 week. The week of September 10 to September 17th, 1924.
How come?
That was a week that nothing happened. But since then, we've been more fortunate. Something has always happened.
Sam, find the paper, will you? This is important.
Well, I'm coming to it. See, all these issues have to do with the early history of the valley.
You'll probably run across a bunch of items about the Carson. Their contribution to the building of the territory.
Hey, it's odd you should mention that. There's an article right here about a Joshua Q. Carson.
He was one of them. A rugged individualist. A man of high principles, sterling qualities. Upstanding in every way.
Joshua Q. Carson was brought before the circuit judge and found guilty on 3 counts of horse thieving, 6 counts of rustling.
That's the wrong Joshua Q. Carson. You were always getting the two of them mixed. Go on with what you were doing.
Hey, here we are. Golden Spike ceremony marks the completion of the Cannonball Railroad.
What's the date on that paper?
It's a little hard to make out. By golly, you're right. It's exactly 75 years ago. This coming Saturday.
Isn't that what I told you? That's one of the greatest days in the history of Hooterville. And it calls for the biggest celebration we've ever had.
Well, I'll go along with that.
Say, read the article, Sam, so we can sort of get the feel of that great day in Hooterville.
With the driving of the Golden Spike, the Cannonball Railroad was completed, linking Hooterville with Pixley and bringing unity to our great valley. While leading citizens of our community performed the ceremony, continued on page 3, column 4, Joshua Q. Carson was raiding Ralph Stacy's hen house.
You're reading the wrong column. Give me. Gentlemen, I've gathered you here today to brief you on one of the most auspicious occasions in our lifetime. The 75th anniversary of the driving of the Golden Spike, which brought peace and unity to this lovely little valley. And in keeping with our theme of peace and unity, I have invited 2 representatives from Pixley, Mayor Potts and Hank Thackeray. And 2 representatives from Hooterville, Sam Drucker, postmaster and publisher, and Newt Kiley, dirt farmer and outstanding citizen. Mr. Drucker, you care to fill everyone in on the details? Here, I wrote them out for you.
Well, why don't you go ahead and read it, Joe?
Modesty forbids. This is a community effort. Everyone will participate.
Oh, well, in that case... This coming Saturday will find all eyes on the Shady Rest stop, where the Golden Spike ceremony will be held, presided over by the Honorable Joseph P. Carson. The invocation will be delivered by the Honorable Joseph P. Carson. Next will be a selection by the Hooterville Fire Department Band. the Honorable Joseph P. Carson, conducting. Following this will be a speech and the driving of the Golden Spike by the Honorable Joseph P. Carson.
Oh, yes, Zachary.
Isn't there anybody else in this ceremony besides the Honorable Joseph P. Carson?
Well, of course there is, Zachary. You play a very important part.
I do.
Certainly. Who do you think's going to hold the Golden Spike while I pound it?
Oh, well. And as mayor of Pixley, I'm not sitting by while you take all the bows, Carson.
Nobody said you were, Mayor. It'll be your honor to cut the ribbon.
Oh, the ribbon that opens the ceremony and festivities.
No, the ribbon on the box that contains the plaque you'll be presenting to the Honorable Joseph P. Carson.
Hold it, Carson.
Yeah, Joe, what are you trying to pull?
Hi, kids. Hi.
Have some punch.
No, thanks. I don't think I will.
You want to step outside and say that?
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yes.
Why don't we ever have anybody my side?
Maybe I will have some punch. Does this happen often? Only when we have a joint celebration.
They're usually in the interest of brotherhood and harmony.
Well, Joe, it would seem that the dove of peace has been grounded.
That's what happens when you try to do something fine for your community. You get nothing but a lot of static.
Well, what was the problem?
Oh, those rummies couldn't agree on who was going to drive the Golden Spike.
Who was up for consideration?
There was only one logical one.
Who?
Me. Now, let's look at the evidence. I'm furnishing the Golden Spike.
You have a golden spike?
It's my old horseshoe stake painted yellow.
Oh, that's a pretty potent reason, all right.
Well, who else was up for consideration?
Oh, they're all selfish. They wanted themselves.
It seemed to me that you should choose the one who's the most qualified.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know the one the most qualified.
Of course you do. Your old uncle.
No. Well, who then? Grandpa Miller.
He wasn't even at the meeting.
Maybe not, but he was at the original Golden Spike ceremony.
He what?
That's right. Oh, my gosh, he used to tell us about it often enough. Well, he'd visit our school on Founder's Day.
You notice they never asked me, and I've offered to go over there and tell them about fighting Indians with Custer's last stand.
Uncle Joe, in your version, Custer always won. Well, Joe, I'd have to say that Grandpa Miller seems like an excellent choice.
Yeah, sure would make everybody happy. I mean, who could get mad at a sweet old guy like that?
Well, if I could be sure he wouldn't botch everything up.
Forgot my hat.
Ma'am, what would you think about Grandpa Miller driving the Golden Spike?
Grandpa Miller?
He's the only one around who was at the original Golden Spike ceremony.
Hey, yeah, that's right. Now, Joe, there you got a good idea.
Yeah.
Hey, I was the one who... Never mind. I'm young. I don't need it.
What's the matter?
Nothing. You going to a wedding or something?
No.
You got the job as pitchman at the carnival.
We're holding a rehearsal for our Golden Spike ceremonies.
Oh.
I'm getting sick and tired of everything getting fouled up, so we're going to rehearse till everything's done right.
Now, that's a smart idea.
We got such a bunch of knuckleheads around here. Seems like every time anybody tries to do anything, it goes haywire.
Like the 4th of July picnic.
Huh?
You remember when your homemade rocket went off course?
Oh, that. Well, Newt was going to tear down that silo anyway.
I did give the kids a great place to roast marshmallows.
Sure, everything turned out fine. Then I better be getting down there.
Hi.
Hi.
Uncle Joe. You got a job at a mortuary.
No, I didn't get no job in no mortuary.
And he's holding a rehearsal for the Golden Spike ceremony.
Where?
Where else? Down at the Shady Rest stop.
That's right. That's where the tracks were originally joined and where the first ceremony was held.
Right. And everything's going to be authentic.
Can we watch?
Well, okay, but I want you to keep in the back. I don't want anybody fouling up anything. Better get down there.
How about joining us?
No, I have something less hazardous to do. Crop dust and field of beets.
Okay, everybody. Now listen to me. The reason we're having this rehearsal is so none of you goof-offs will goof off. Huh?
Joe?
Yeah, Sam.
I thought when we agreed with your choice of Grandpa Miller that this time our meeting would be harmonious, that there'd be a spirit of camaraderie and good fellowship.
So?
Well, I don't consider being called a goof-off the height of good fellowship.
Oh, brother. How thin-skinned can you get? Beloved fellow citizens, may I prevail upon you?
All right, forget it. Just be your ugly self.
Okay, now, Grandpa. You understand what you're supposed to do. As our oldest living citizen, you step forward, grab the mallet, and then... Grandpa, wake up.
Oh. Hiya, Joe. Hello there, Sam.
Brother, am I glad these only happen once every 75 years. Now, Grandpa, pay attention, because I'm only going to tell you this once.
Don't you call me a dunce.
Sam, you tell him.
Grandpa, the whole idea here is that you drive in the symbolic horseshoe stake. Now, what do you think of that?
What do I think of what?
Driving in the steak. The steak.
Oh, medium rare with a little mashed potatoes on the side.
I could have told you it wouldn't work. I guess I'll have to drive the Golden State.
Oh, we're back to that, huh? Well, as postmaster of Hooterville, I'll drive it in.
Well, I think an ordinary citizen ought to have the honor, and I'm awful ordinary.
No, you're not leaving Pixley out of this. As mayor of that illustrious city, I'll drive it.
Oh, no, you won't. I'll drive
Oh,
it.
no, you won't. I'm driving the Golden.
I'll drive the steak. I'll drive it.
If you're all going to argue about it, why don't I drive it?
All right, you fellas. Line up over here. Now, Grandpa, when I nod my head, you hit it. Oh, well, not my head. Golden State. See, there it is.
There it is.
All right, now try and hit it the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, now driving the Golden Spike, our honored guest, Grandpa Miller. Go ahead and hit it. Maybe I ought to.
No, give him another chance.
Give me. That's the way to drive a Golden Spike.
Hey, look!
What is it?
Oil.
Black gold.
Texas tea.
Uncle Joe, you don't really think you've discovered oil, do you? Well, look for yourself. I can't believe it.
Why not? Happened to other people. I've seen it on TV.
I'll get her this time.
Uncle Joe, watch out!
Listen to a story about a man named Joe. Struck it rich in oil and made a lot of dough. So he gathered all his kin and his dog up on his knee and went to see the Clampetts in the hills of Beverly.
There now. That's better.
Are you all right, Joe?
Did we really hit oil?
We sure did.
I never felt better in my life.
And if it hadn't been for good old Joe here, this thing would never have happened.
In the years to come, we won't be celebrating the Golden Spike ceremony. It'll be the day Joe Carson struck oil in the valley.
Hey, just think what we can do with all our revenue from the oil. Well, I could remodel my post office.
Remodel nothing. Sam, you're going to have your own post office. A modern building, furnished to the hilt. With pens that write. Mayor, what do you need over in Pixley?
Well, the courthouse is getting a little old and decrepit.
So get yourself a new courthouse.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
I'll even throw in a new flock of pigeons.
Good man, Joe.
But there's nothing like oil to calm the troubled waters.
Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. All together shout it now. There's no one who can doubt it now. Let us tell the world about it now. Happy days are here again.
Cares and troubles are gone.
Your cares and troubles are gone.
There'll be no more from now
There'll
on.
be no more from now on.
Oh.
Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here
Very good. Bravo, Pat.
Steve, you'll never guess what happened. Uncle Joe's discovered oil down at the Shady Rest stop.
You're kidding.
He really did.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Joe.
Steve, my boy, I'm getting you a whole new fleet of crop dusting planes. Jet jobs. I hope.
Well, thanks a lot, Joe.
Put some of the money into perfecting an idea of mine of coming up with a crop dusting spray that has a lime aftershave lotion smell. Then I'm going to...
Joe, before you go throwing all this money around, don't you think you ought to make sure about the oil?
What's there to be sure about? Haven't you seen down by the Shady Rest stop? It's all over the place.
You mean you didn't cap it?
What's the use? There's plenty more where that come from.
Yeah, but that could be quite a waste.
Oh, I'll call up some of the big oil companies tomorrow, have them come out and make some bids.
Hi.
How do you do? I'm Mr. Henderson with the Tri-State Oil Company.
Yes, sir.
What do you know? The dude sure gets around without even leaving the house. I'm Joe Carson.
Carson?
Take $3 million cash.
$3 million cash.
Take it or leave it.
Oh, Mr. Carson, I'm from the Tri-State Oil Company.
Yeah, you told me.
Oh, yes, I know, but...
Now, don't stall, or I'll get tough like they did in Alaska, and it'll cost you $900 million before you can say, there goes another gusher.
Sir, I think there needs to be a little explaining here. Now, about that oil down there at the train stop.
Oh, you've seen it?
Oh, goodness, it's running all the way down to the water tower.
Well, that oil sure is pouring. Maybe we should hold out for $4 million.
Now you're talking.
Well, Mr. Carson, that oil that's pouring is coming from a pipeline. Tri-State Oil Company's pipeline. It appears that someone has punctured the line.
Well, we were just having a little golden spike ceremony, and...
Yes?
Well, look, if there's any damages, I'm sure all my pals here will gladly chip in, and...
What do you mean, gladly chip in?
You were the one who was pounding the steak.
If you hadn't been such a hog, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, the way Grandpa Miller was going, he'd have never even hit the stake.
Yeah, cousin. Get lost.
Mr. Henderson, why don't we get out and take a look? I'm sure we can work out something.
Well, there's no big problem. We're just happy to have found the leak, sir. Goodbye.
Oh, we're sorry, Uncle Joe. We love you anyway.
Thanks, kids. But you don't need to feel sorry for your old Uncle Joe. I enjoyed every minute of it. You know, for 2 hours and 23 minutes, I was a millionaire.
Tonight, through the miracle of Vertivision, you can see 3 hours of the infamous short-lived series, My Mother the Car, starring Jerry Van Dyke in his first sitcom. 6 episodes back-to-back tonight, starting at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
If you need help talking to your kids about drugs, call